going on, everybody? So today we're going to be discussing the MSF course and just riding in general. And I've been riding since July, so I rode for about 5 months till the season was over. All right, yeah. So I was driving, doing my thing, and got distracted there. But um, but anyways, yeah, I've been riding for about 5 months. Things have been going great. I had a few different hairy situations. Oh man, I just blew the red light. Don't be like me, man. I'm highly distracted. I got ADD. Wouldn't add the H in there, because I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself hyper. But took the MSF course, and I ended up passing the MSF course. The process is, pretty simple process. I signed up online. And the only availability they had was in July, which gave me perfect time to lock in my bike, and which isn't necessary. They provide bikes for you, but to lock in my bike and get some skills that I could learn on my own time. With trusted people, of course. You don't want anybody that doesn't have a bike or doesn't rides recklessly, etc. teaching you the basics. But anyways, yeah, I practiced a lot, learned a lot of basic stuff, rode at night, and just kind of stayed local, stayed in the parking lots, didn't take it out on any main roads. When I first got my motorcycle, I ended up keeping it at my gym that I train at, my MMA gym, and kept it there for a while. I didn't even take it home. I was too afraid to take it home for the ride home, and it was just, it was an interesting process, but it was a blast, and just learning different things. I ended up stopping at a stop sign, dropping my bike for the first time, just got off balance. My bike's pretty heavy, so I ended up dropping my bike for the first time, and that was a real realization right then and there, and then I think that was the only time really I dropped my bike. I kind of had to bail one time, because I was coming out of a corner and I was going into an intersection area and I couldn't see around the corner, and a car came flying at the last minute, and I had to bail off my bike, but I don't know if I considered that a drop. But anyways, yeah, so it's just been a lot of different things here and there where I had to kind of learn on my own, learn the hard way, and just get out there. Seat time is everything. But yeah, seat time's everything. I encourage anybody to ride as much as possible every single day, even if you're not going anywhere. I mean, I never honestly left my bike anywhere. I always never had a location. I just kind of took off, and wherever my bike took me, it took me, and it's kind of how I learned the roads, and all that. But on my first day, I signed up for the course. I studied online. I downloaded a few apps, and took a few of the basic tests and stuff that you can take for it. And then I went up to the BMV, and basically I took my normal test there that I would take to qualify, because on the website you have to have your code, and then basically I put in my code, signed up at the website. They had me patched in for July. The day of, I remember I went up there, and it wasn't anything too scary, I wasn't really nervous, honestly. It was at a college, basic, classroom setting. I walk in, we sat at our desks. They had our books ready for us, and you can take those home at the end of the class, look over that, which is great. But a lot of it is just a lot of the knowledge and stuff that they send you links once you sign up, and you watch videos, and you go over these things, and you kind of do a basic written test based off of what you've learned off of the stuff that they've sent you, with the emails and stuff that they provide. When you get there, you go over it as a class. So it's graded but not really graded, because with our class in particular, they gave us our test back, and we were able to go through the booklet and find the answers and then give it back, so that our whole class passed pretty much, and it looked good, and we all felt good, and it was a good class. We went over different scenarios, reactions, how you would react, the basics of motorcycle riding, the differences in, bikes and certain things like that. It was kind of interesting. It was really cool. And we had a good time with it. I remember one time they were talking about diversions in the road, and they gave us these, like, the pictures they gave us for the examples weren't the greatest, and they were really pixelated. And I remember, like, I don't even remember what it was in the way of the road at the end of the curve, but I just made a joke, and I was like, oh, it's a banana peel. So I had the whole class rolling off that. But it's not, like I said, don't take it too serious. I mean, yeah, obviously pay attention, learn as much information as you can, absorb as much information as you can. Because to be honest with you, like, I went into this class, like, feeling like I knew a lot. I was very confident. I'd already been riding for, a little while. And, I took little things from it, but, I can genuinely say after the class, I see situations I got myself in, like, certain things I learned in the class, like, I definitely implemented in those situations. So, I definitely recommend it. But, first day was in the class, and then after that, the next day we were actually out there. Sometimes during the course, like, they'll provide you with helmets and things like that, but in, like, when you're in the classroom setting, like, they go over, like, helmets, the DOT, what it represents, the different types of helmets, and you're required to bring your helmet, and to make sure you bring all the proper gear to class, which is going to be like a helmet, long sleeves, long pants. You want to have, like, good shoes, closed-toed, obviously, some riding boots. They're pretty lax on it, just as long as it's not like, you don't, like I said, we had one lady that had, bell bottoms when we were out on the course, and it got stuck on one of her pegs and she dropped her bike. So, definitely wear tighter stuff, more fitted stuff. You don't want baggy hanging off clothes and things like that, but they're pretty chill on everything. But yeah, the next day was actually out there on the course, and the hardest thing for me at the end of the day was just my hands hurt from holding in the clutch. They really put a big emphasis on holding in the clutch, and understanding the friction zone, and, like, a lot of the drills and things you do involve the clutch. So, like, you're burning through your hand, like, half the time during the class. And it's experience, but you're as a motorcycle rider, you're gonna use your clutch, and it's something you need to definitely learn. And you're gonna stall out. I think I stalled out once, maybe twice during the whole course that but it happens. It doesn't really count against you. They don't really, it's just part of learning. It's part of the basics. Every rookie, every squid, we all go through it. It's just a newbie thing that you have to learn, trying to find that right friction zone. And every clutch is different too. Like, I remember I learned on my Nighthawk 750, and they gave me, like, a Suzuki 250, and I feel like I was driving around a garbage can, like, and it was just like, I don't know, it just was a completely different feel, different clutch. Like, I feel like the bike was just chugging compared to mine. It was just, I didn't like it at all. It was horrible. So if they give you an option to pick your bike, definitely pick something that you either know about, rode previously, or you just feel like it's going to be a good fit for you. And they have a decent variety, depending on what kind of class you go to. But yeah, we went over basic drills, cones, slow maneuverability, stop and goes, and we're really a group, and that's one thing that's really cool about the MSF course. Is like, we do everything as a group. There's not really a lot of individuality, until you get to the very end. But the first day you're going over a lot of basic stuff, but more or less just clutch, and just the basic things: starting your bike, stalling, not stalling, turning your bike on and off, kill switch, all those different things. Second day was a little bit more intense as far as, like, the different drills and the different things that you had to go through and you had to run through, and all that different stuff. But some of it was a repeat of the following day before. And then on, at the end, when we actually took our test, they gave us little breaks in between, so that was great, because I needed to hit my vape for sure. And the thing about the courses is it doesn't matter if the weather's cold, hot, sunny, rainy, sandy, dusty, musty. It don't matter. Like, you're out there and required to ride, or you give up your spot. And I remember it was it was hot, super hot, so definitely, bring a Gatorade, bring some water, whatever you drink, pack a lunch, because you're going to be there for all day long, My thing was like an hour away and some change, so I mean, it wasn't really that bad of a drive, but I was stuck out there once I was out there, so like, you're going to be out there all day, so prepare for that. And then like I took the test, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. There was a part of the course where they kind of do an imitation of like high traffic and like an intersection scenario. And and when you're doing high traffic in an intersection scenario, especially when you have a full class, it's literally just like it feels like you're in a hive full of bees, and everybody's going in all these different directions. And they encourage everybody to do their own thing and go different directions, because they want to imitate what it would feel like to be in that high pace, high, stop and go, all that, and that was kind of like one of the things that was nerve-wracking for me. That, and then some of the curves, like they expect you to go, and like it just seemed like the curves were getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and so like that was a little intimidating, because you feel like you're gonna just fall over or tip your bike, especially when they want you to go as slow as they want you to go with some of the slow maneuverability drills. But it all pays off, especially when you start having to park in certain parking lots, in certain scenarios, in certain areas where you want to go see something or go do something, and there's the parking is bare, or you got to just find a funky way to park in there and squeeze in there. So it's definitely beneficial in that sense as well. But yeah, it was just very intimidating in that part of the test. I remember I went the wrong direction. They called me out really quickly and, of course, corrected me, and like, and that's what I needed, definitely prepare for constructive criticism. There was a lot of times where I was told to slow down. I like to go fast, and they were like, you're doing great, but you need to slow down. They wanted me to use a lot more of my back brake, and up until that time, like I didn't use my back brake that much because like I was convinced I could treat it like a bike, off ease into the the front brake all the time, and that's how I'll just run it my whole bike career, whatever, And obviously, you get in a tight situation, you rip that front brake, it's all downhill from there. So you don't want to do that. So, utilizing my back brake and being forced to use my back brake in a lot of the drills that we learned, and gaining that skill and that knowledge of why and when and how you take, what you're learning and applying it in the real world, was definitely great. I ended up passing the test. I got everything right. I didn't fail anything, any parts. And and it was an experience. I have my certificate on my wall right now, and once you get your certificate, you can take that back to the BMV when you get your endorsement, and it helps with everything in the process, as well as getting discounts for certain things. I know I signed up for Progressive for my insurance. I got discounts because I had my certificate. So definitely have that. They'll send it to you through email, and then I just printed mine out and I have it on my wall in my office, and it's something great to look back on. And I've definitely been asked a lot of questions, and it's been great to be able to ask. And like this summer, when it comes to spring, I'm going to be teaching my nephew and teaching my wife, and a lot of people have asked me, can I teach them the basics? And like, it's exciting, because I was a newbie, before, and then just gaining so much knowledge in such a small time. Um, Everybody's pace is different, but I know with me, like, I became very obsessed very early on, and I would just wake up and ride several times throughout the day, every single day, on top of riding back and forth to work, and so I was just constantly on my bike. And so that's why I say seat time is everything, and I encourage you to definitely punch in as much time as you possibly can while riding, because it will be beneficial in the long run. Like, yeah, you're going to put some miles on your bike, but that's inevitable. It's going to happen. But the sights you're going to see, the people you're going to meet, the experiences, the skills that you're going to learn, like the differences in having a motorcycle versus having a car, and like just the level of freedom and and everything else, as long as you're responsible, it's an amazing experience. So if you're tapping in, you got your helmet, you're getting prepared for your MSF course, you're tapping in on this video, or if you're just a follower of NSLXOMOTO and the things that I create in my personal bike journey, then I encourage everybody to just strap in and have a good time, enjoy yourselves and be safe. I'm going to be putting out more videos and more moto vlogs like this. This is just the start. I kind of got a lot of equipment and things towards the end of my season, so I kind of like messed up, and so I'm now trying to like recap on a lot of things. So if you like these kind of videos and you want me to put out more videos, drop me a comment, drop me a like, and also subscribe. It always helps me build my channel. I've been trying to build my channel up, especially since I'm going to be doing a whole lot of things when the spring comes along and I get my new sports bike. Yeah, everything's great and everything's good on my end. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you guys stay safe out there, keep riding, and yeah, if you have your MSF course coming up, good luck and congratulations on everything that you got coming up in your near future. Stay riding. NSLXOMOTO out.